talking to fired or suspended. Do we call him fired or suspended? Dynamo's head coach. That's what we want to find out. I'm talking about the man we call Jompano. That's Herbert Marowa. He is here, and there's also somebody, but there's also somebody as well we'll be talking to. There are two special guests. But first, let's say hello to Jompano, Herbert Marowa. Jompano, thank you so much for coming to Game Plan, our first big show. Thank you.
Thank you, CNN.
Right. Okay. I hope everybody is well at home. And I'm sure Milka, your lovely wife, and the 3 kids are watching. Sure, they are watching. You can say hi to them right now.
Hi,
you can say hi. Just, wave. Wave.
Hi, my family.
Yes. Right. Right. They, Jompano, they are just waving to his wife, Milka, who's watching, and their 3 kids from school watching. Right. With Jompano, I did say fired or suspended. Is he still Dynamo's head coach? That's what we want to find out. And also here on the show, we've got the chairman of the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association. We call him Coach Bex. He is Bheki Nyoni. You'll see how he's going to interweave. Coach Bex, thanks so much for coming on to the first Game Plan show.
Yes, first Game Plan show. It's good to be here.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Charlie.
Okay, right. So what we want to talk about is find out what went wrong between Jompano and Dynamos and the Dynamos executive. Is he still technically the Dynamos head coach? And also, what is the role of the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association, not only with Jompano, but with all the other coaches in the country? How much are ZISCA involved? That's the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association. Do they know what is happening with their coaches? Do they look at the contracts of their coaches? What happens? This is what we will be talking about. And like I promised you, in the coming weeks, you will be able to join in. Yes, you will be talking and asking yourself from the comfort of your own home, from the comfort of your own motor vehicles. Yes, I know some of you, yes, they've got those TVs in their cars. But remember to pay your TV licenses. Make sure that, right. We'll also be interacting with you on all social media platforms. So get involved because this is your show. This is your #1 show. Right. Before we get into the discussion of the day, let me just put you updated with what has been happening soccer-wise in the country. The Premier Soccer League was happening, just finished about 30 or so minutes ago, and these are the results from right around the country. Dynamos 2, Ngezi Platinum 1. So Dynamos, they're just reducing the gap of Ngezi Platinum because some Ngezi Platinum supporters were already popping the champagne cork saying they've already lifted their debut title, but not yet. So as we say, the Dynamos are winning by 2-1, and Green Fuel having to come later to draw 1-1 with Highlanders. They were trailing 1-0. They got a late penalty to make it 1-1. And then FC Platinum being downed by Black Rhinos. Shock result, 2-1. FC Platinum going down. And then Chicken Inn clobbering ZPC Kariba by 4-0. What a clobbering. Lukuvahombe Masomere, who is in charge at ZPC Kariba, after beating FC Platinum the last time out, 2-1, he got clobbered. And then here, Shesham drawing at the very last as well with Triangle United. And at Baobab Stadium, there was a 5-goal thriller between the hosts, Simba Bora Chinu Chedu. That's what they call their team, Chinu Chedu. Simba Bora and Makepe Kepe Bora just rising like a phoenix now. They beat Simba Bora 3-2. Simba Bora were leading 1-0. Caps made it 1-1. Caps went in front 2-1. And then Simba Bora made it 2-2. And Caps United made it 3-2. So those are the results there for all you, if you didn't know. The Dynamo supporters are saying, "Nyika yese iri kufara." That's what they say. Right, let's just quickly look at that. Jompano, your team. We will be getting into the logistics. Should I say your former team? But I think whether he has been fired or whatever, he is still Dynamos at heart. He's told me that before the show. Your team doing well there to ground Ngezi Platinum a little bit. What do you think about that result?
Yeah, I think they did very well to get a positive result. Like I said before, I'm happy. The project I started is going well. So I'm happy for the team. They are doing well, and the race is still open. You can see there's Ngezi, there's Dynamo, there's Islanders, there's Manika, there's Rentals. They still have a chance to win. All these teams have a chance to win the league. So it's very, very interesting the way the teams are playing. Yes.
Right, and also I did not tell you that I left the other results out. Rentals, the students who have been going great guns, were stopped at the colliery in the heat and cauldron of the Wange colliery. They lost by 1-0. The students, Rentals, doing very well indeed, and they lost 1-0. But you know, that's how soccer goes. Football. That's how football goes. Bheki, you know, this win by Dynamos, blowing the league race wide open.
Yes, blowing the league wide open. I think this is interesting. At this moment in time, when you look at Highlanders, they're close there. FC Platinum, Dynamos, those three, they're saying, yes, Ngezi are in front at the moment. But when they look at what is happening on the ground, they also start feeling to say, we still have got a chance. And that on its own makes this competition, this race exciting. Because among those teams from Ngezi, up to Dynamos, up to FC Platinum, no one is just relaxing. Everyone is trying to say, let me fight and get up there. It's not going to be easy. And for Ngezi, I think it has been a test of character where we go to FC Platinum, to Mandaba, you play against Chicken Inn, then you play against Dynamos. And at times, when the season ends, they will always say, from those 3 games where we were supposed to get 9 points, managing to collect 3 points, could be what they will look back and say, here we are, is because of the 3 points against Chicken Inn.
Right, so the league race blown wide open after Dinamo Dimbare beat Madamburo. So, you know, I don't know who you are backing. Will it be Madamburo for their debut season? Will it be Iboso? Will it be Dinamo Dimbare? I did say that. Can it be Dimbare? Iboso. FC Platinum, yes, they are still in there. Muchina Wemajuzi is still there. And the Gamecocks, Chicken Inn, still there. And yes, the students and Rentals, yes, could be, you know, the dark horses. And of course, the relegation battle. You know, we were looking at the log. And, you know, there's about 8 teams. You know, 4 teams will get relegated, but 8 teams are still in danger of relegation. Yes, Kepe Bora easing their relegation wars a little bit. I think probably out of relegation now, but Rhinos are still in there in the relegation waters. The Hurricanes, that Cranbourne Bullets, still there. Chauya Chipembe, I did say Black Rhinos there. Triangle, the Sugar Boys are still in the relegation waters. And Shesham, the Construction Boys, there as well. Boys Denaro, if you didn't know, that's the nickname of Green Fuel Football Club. Boys Denaro, still in the relegation. And Kawia Katuruturu, that's ZPC Kariba, also still in the relegation. And I think, Jompano, right now, would you pick any four right now? Your four. I don't want to put you into deep waters, but what do you think? I mean, 8 teams still in the relegation waters. Are there any teams that you think are already gone?
Yeah, I think the last 8 teams, like you're saying, Break Rhinos, Crembon, Yada,
Yada as well, the
Yada,
Miracle Boys, yeah.
Triangle, Blue Chiefs, Greenfield, ZBC Kariba, they are still in danger. So they need to pull up the rest of those teams. They are in danger.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can look, even the games they are going to play, they are going to play each other. They are going to cancel each other.
Right.
So it's going to be tricky for most of the teams.
Right. Right, this is Game Plan now. Your number one show is back, and we are back. Guns reloaded. We are back. We're going to be bigger and better. You are going to be part of the show, this time interactive on the social media platforms. We'll be talking to you. You'll be talking to us on our Facebook page. Like I said, we'll be talking to all our stars who are dotted right around the world. And you know what? What we'll also be doing, we will be going back down memory lane and talk to all those great stars, those great legends that we will never forget about. Imagine talking to the great Peter Nsukuzonke Ndlovu. It'll be quite something, isn't it, to find out how life is going on at Mamelodi Sundowns. Rapson Sarafina Muchichwa, remember him? Innocent Chikoya, you remember him? We'll be talking to all those stars. We'll even be going back. Talk to Broomboy, David George. Yes, talk to the great Stanford Sticks Mutizwa. It will be happening here on Game Plan. Right, Big, I just want to shift before we go into the main discussion. Just want to talk a little bit about the Mighty Warriors on senior women's national team. We finished 4th after a 2-year sabbatical. Some people are saying, no, the Mighty Warriors should have brought that cup home and so on and so on. What do you think?
Yes, I think what we should do is say to ourselves, where are these women coming from? 2020, they went to Kosafa. In the first round, they couldn't proceed. 2021, same thing happened. They couldn't proceed. 2022, we couldn't participate because we were under suspension. Then 2023, here we are, we go there, we make semi-final, we came 4th. I think it's really a sign that there is bright light or a future for the women football. What is key is for us to say, from where we came from, let's try to be moving up rather than going downwards. So it's like maybe after this game, the technical team and the organizers who are the NC at the moment, they need to sit down and say, fine, what has been some of the weaknesses as a technical team which we saw, which we feel we can do to try to improve these women so that when we go to bigger competitions, we'll be more prepared than where we were. Because in this tournament, I think we, surprisingly, we saw Mozambique, we saw Malawi, that they has improved a lot. And for Zambia, it might take years for us to surpass them. But in 5 years ago, we're above all these teams. So definitely, where we are coming from is key. And we should celebrate these ladies for all the work which they have done. And especially our goalkeeper, who was goalkeeper of the tournament. Being a goalkeeper of the tournament, that means she was top among all the goalkeepers at this tournament. So when we have a player like that, it's something which people should try to say, how can we improve this goalkeeper? If we've got the opportunity to find her where she can go and to play to higher levels, these are some of the things we should be saying. These young ladies in this team who are showing a lot of potential, how best can we seed them to develop countries so that in the near future they come back and help Zimbabwe to be at the top where we want to be.
That's right. So all we can say is thank you so much to the Zimbabwe girl child after a 2-year sabbatical. It was great. Thank you, girls. Yes, you didn't win it. You lost in the third place playoff. You were number 4, finished number 4. But listen, we are proud. We are proud of you. Go, mighty warriors, go. Right, if you're just joining us, this is your number 1 show is back. Game plan back after a sabbatical as well. But we are bigger, we are better. And this time around, on the show, our first show, we've got Herbert Marowa, popularly known as Jompano. Or in case you didn't know, Jompano is slang for tough. He was a tough tackling defender. Right, so let's get into it. Jompano, are you still technically the Dynamo's coach? Are you under suspension? A lot of people are still confused. What is the situation with you at Dynamo Dimbare?
Okay, nyaya iripo ndeyekuti we agreed mutual agreement to separate ways zvekutaurirana tichiwirirana kuti zvakambira sekunda tanga yamira seiwo towiriranawo mushure mekunge nyaya yacho yazohendlwa neFAS but takataurirana takawirirana in good faith.
Okay, so it's we can say officially you are no longer the Dynamo's coach because you then mutually agreed to
terminate the contract.
Yes. You agreed to disagree to terminate. So, but your contract was set to run until December.
Yes.
So, does that mean that Dynamos are still paying you until December, or they've already paid you so far? They've already paid you off. What is the situation? Are they still paying you until December?
Yeah, they are honoring what we agreed.
Okay.
Yes.
So they will be paying you until December.
Yes.
But officially, you are no longer the Dynamo's head coach.
Yes.
All right. And I just want to ask, the sponsors at Dynamo, Sakunda, they give a motor vehicle to the coach, head coach and captain. They also do that to Highlanders, the captain and the head coach to use. So that means you've surrendered the vehicle back to Dynamos?
Yes, I
Correct.
surrendered everything.
Okay,
Yes.
you surrendered everything.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But you are still because when the results, when we had the results, that Dynamos at 1-2-1 before the show, you really jumped for the. So you're still Dynamos at heart, aren't you?
Yeah, Dynamos will always remain my home. Like I started at my coaching at Dynamos, and I spent 8 years at Dynamos before I left to go when I went to Swaziland. But I remain a Dynamo son.
Remain a Dynamo son. Right, so you heard it from the horse's mouth. Yes, he's no longer Dynamo's coach, although Dynamos are paying him, and they, like you heard, they're honoring the agreement that they signed, mutual agreement that they signed, and they'll be paying him until 31 December. That's until after Christmas. Right. Right, now, at this juncture, I just want to find out here, the chairman of the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association is here, Coach Bheki Nyoni. Now, Coach Bheki, how much are ZISCA involved when our local coaches sign contracts? Like in Jompano's case, when he had this fallout with Dynamos, were ZISCA aware of what was happening?
Fine. As ZISCA, I think what people should realize, we have been in existence for a long time. I think the last 10 years has not been rosy, as there has been people who has been trying to shake around the association. And we luckily, during the COVID era, we sat down, we regrouped, where we say coaches have to confirm the membership for ZISCA. And I can safely say at the moment, we have got structures in the 10 provinces. We also have got a membership of around 300 members who have paid their running affiliation, of which Jompani is a committee member of the Harare province, ZISCA himself. So he's part of ZISCA as well.
So you the bottom line, Coach Ben,
Okay,
sorry
fine.
for me butting in.
Yes.
You've told us. The bottom line is, were you aware, were you also party
Yes.
to the negotiations?
What we do is most of the time we are always in touch with our coaches. So it's like whatever the things they'll be doing, they will be updating us in the behind the scenes. We are doing a lot, and I can confirm that at the moment we are working on a national contract where we can say this will be a draft contract which our coaches can look at whenever they are given a contract. They will try to be comparing to what they have from their own association.
All right. Okay.
Yes.
Right. So you've heard, yes, Ziska saying they were very well aware. Right. Game plan. Yes, I know. Your number one show is back. And you want to hear everything about football, not only in Zimbabwe, right around Africa. We will be visiting all our players right around the world. We'll be talking about the EPL. Yes, we'll be talking about the Spanish La Liga. Jude Bellingham going great guns there for Real Madrid. We'll be talking about Saudi Arabia. CR7 is there. Neymar is there. We'll be talking about that. But what we're going to do now, we're just going away for a teeny-weeny bit. When we come back, we'd like to find out how Jompano left Dynamos. What were the problems between him and the Dynamos executive? As you have heard already, yes, a mutual agreement. They've agreed. Dynamos are paying him until the end of December. He's no longer Dynamos coach, but we want to find out what went wrong. So, I know you won't go away because Game Plan will be right back. Welcome back. This is Game Plan, your show. You know, the most important people as far as Game Plan is concerned, you, because you are the owners of the game. So don't let anybody tell you that I'm a supporter, I'm not. No. You are the owners of the game. And this show is for your eyes and for your ears only. And if you're just joining us on the show, we've got Herbert Marowa Jompano, the former Dynamos head coach who parted ways with Dynamos amicably. He's just told us Dynamos still paying him until the end of December. And we've also got the chairman of the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association, Bheki Nyoni, because we wanted to find out how involved Ziska in when coaches sign contracts, when they fall out. Right, let's find out. Jompano, the reports that people hear or heard, some we heard, was that you fell out with the Dynamos executive because of your belief in juju. You were asking players to wear tumwe so panapa and kugeza hanzi nemvura inenge yakabva meno kurukova kunana mbuya vakabva kupya meno. Was that true?
It's not true. I don't know kuti zvakabva nekupi, but only vanhu ndo vanozivana neni, vakura neni, vakashanda neni, they will all say, they will know kuti Jompano munhu akaita sei. I don't believe in zvinhu zvakadaro. Maybe vanhu vanongotaura vasati vakuziva simba raMwari.
Okay, you were always believing that God was leading Dimbare.
Yeah. Besides, just maybe you need to work hard, you need to train, you need to prepare your team well, to recruit good players, not that but
you don't believe in juju?
I don't believe in juju. My mind games but is Herbert Marowa and Namata.
All right.
The two nichechi yangu ndo namata. Saka zvinotaurwa nevanhu vanenge vachingotaurawo.
Okay.
Vanhu vasati vakuziva simba raMwari.
All right.
But chikuru chinodiwa kutraina team. You train, you prepare well your team, you recruit good players. Ndo zvinoshanda izvozvo. Kwete zvinenge zvitaurwa hazvizvo zvinotamba bhora.
Okay.
Dai zvainzi zvinotamba bhora, dzimwe nyika dzinobhirivha nemishonga zvakaita sedzekuma countries hatizotaura macountries dzingadai vakahwina kaworld cup. Saka chinongodiwa, you need to prepare your team well, make sure you recruit good players. You're okay.
Right, Jompano, I want to stay with you. I did an interview with you at the beginning of the year when you were appointed, after you had been appointed Dynamo's head coach. I did an interview with Jompano. It was carried in the daily paper, the mainstream daily paper, The Herald. And, you know, the interview, I asked him, I say to him, Jompano, now you're joining, you've just stepped on the hottest seat in Zimbabwe football. Are you going to be able to handle what pressures come with coaching at Dynamos? And he said to me, CNN, I'm ready and I will do whatever, I'm ready. After 18 games, Jompano then was sacked. He won 7 games. He lost 3 games and the other games were drawn. Now, Jompano, after 18 games, do you still feel that maybe it was a bit unfair for you to be dismissed, you know, after 8? You still had a mission to carry. What was your, you know, sentiments when you were first called by the executive to say, listen, let's, you know, we are no longer happy with you?
Yeah, I think I did very well. Maybe we started well when we played. We started our first game. We played Duange. We won 1-0. We played Shesham. We won 4-0. We played Simba. We drew 0. We played Krembon 0. We played Rentals 0. We played Manika 0. We played Triangle 0. We lost versus Ngezi. That's when the executive called us as a technical team, and they said, Coach, we are going to give you 2 games. You need to win 2 games to save your job. We played ZPC. We won 3-0. We played Break Rhinos. We won 2-1. Then we played FC Platinum. After the 2 games, the ultimatum of 2 games, we played FC. We played, we drew 0-0. We played Highlanders 0-0. Played Chicken Inn. We won 2-0. We played.
Okay, Corey, I'm sure all those games are still there. I'm just saying.
I just want to.
Did you feel? Yeah. But because of time, we just want to go to the chase here, cut to the chase. Did you feel that, you know, that it was unfair? Did you feel, because when in that interview, I asked you whether you thought Dynamos would win the league title, and you said, well, that was not your ready mission, but you said it was possible. Do you still think if you had stayed on at Dynamos, you would have gone on to achieve that dream of winning the league title?
Yeah, I think it was going to be achievable. When I left, I was maybe separated with Islanders 9 points, and Ngezi 4 points, Manika 2 points, and the FC were behind us, separated with 4 points. Chicken Inn 4 points. They were behind the Dynamo. So I knew at one time Islanders were going to drop some points, and it happened. So
what do you think?
I was in the right track.
So what do you think? What do you think happened? Why you were then asked to step down?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. And you know, you brought in Genesis Mangombe,
Yes.
Kaka. That's his nickname. We call him Kaka. Got that nickname way back when he was still playing for Lanterns, because he was a staunch admirer of Brazilian legend Kaka, who was playing for AC Milan. Then he went to Real Madrid. And Genesis Mangombe gets that nickname. He also used to wear the jersey number 8. He made sure, because Kaka used to wear number 8. You brought him to Dinamo Dimbare as your assistant.
Yes.
Now he is the head coach.
Yes.
Do you have any hard feelings against Kaka to say maybe he should have left with me? What do you think?
No, I no hard feelings at all. But maybe The only maybe the way I maybe pandingangoti ndingangocomplain now pekuti when it happened when he was appointed the coach sevanhu vandakanga ndaunzwawo they were just supposed to come kwandiri kuti coach ndo zvaitika taapproachwa neexecutive kuti tisare but havana kukwanisa kungondiudza sevanhu vandakanga ndaunzwawo kungotaura ende hapasi pandaizovarambidza because vanga vatori mukana wakuti ase ndavasitopa nzvimbo kwakuri kuti ase vaenderero mberi vaitese vaendere nebasa takanga tatanga but havana kuzonditaura unongochitiwo pamwe tiri pamwe chete but ndozongonzwa vanhu vato vangosara not even a core up to now not even a core
but no hard feelings.
I wish them well. I wish them well.
Okay. Yes, if you're just joining us, where the heck have you been? We'll also be giving you the addresses, the various addresses on social media platforms where you can get us, when you'll be able to talk to us, talk about the Zimbabwean game, talk about the African games, talk about the European games and everything. And like I said, we'll also be talking to all our great stars dotted right around the world. Now, Jompano was telling me off air that the FAZ, the Footballers Union of Zimbabwe, which is headed by Dynamo's legend Desmond Gaza Maringwa, were also involved in eventually making him agree with Dynamos for this amicable settlement, amicable divorce. That's what he said, FAZ. And Jompano speaking highly of FAZ and, of course, its leader, Desmond Gaza Maringwa. Now, Coach Bex, why were Ziska not involved here? Why did Jompano and his manager have to have FAZ step in to get the lasting solution between him and Dynamos? Where the heck were you?
Yes, at times when people discuss, you find someone might say, I think this person can help me, especially from the friendship point of view, taking into account Jompano was also from Dynamos, and Desmond understands the Dynamos politics more than anyone else. And as Ziska, we were happy to say our coach has decided that he will work with someone whom he believes understands the politics at Dynamos. Because the Dynamos, it's more of politics than anything else, because even if you look at the firing of the coach, it's whereby all of a sudden they say we are giving you two games. That on its own tells you about the institute. So at times it needs someone who is closer to some of these people whom the administrators also respect, because it's also their son. So as a result, we couldn't say, Jompani, why can't we have us running in front whatsoever? And we are happy that at the end of the day, Jompani got what he wanted. And we, as an organization, what we want to see is a scenario where we say, our coach, by the end of the day, got something. I can safely say we have had some of the coaches, I think, like Jairus Tapera, when he had problems with Triangle, we referred him to Mtonono and Partners, whom we were in partnership, we are still in partnership with. And he is the one who handled his case, and we have had some of the coaches having their cases being held by him to try to help them to solve their problems.
I want to stay with you, Coach Bex. I want to stay with you. What sort of safeguards do you have for coaches? Because in Zimbabwe here, we find out coaches are fired willy-nilly. And we hear that you did not have a contract. So how do you, as Ziska, allow a coach to take charge of a team? Yes, he's got the CAF A license, all right. But how do you allow them to take charge of a team when there's no contract?
I think, Chale, in terms of contracts, these guys now, almost majority of them, they are CAF A holders.
Yeah.
Even at
that we know, yeah.
Even at courses, these things are emphasized. So this issue of saying the coach didn't have a contract whatsoever, I think those are some of the things which can be pub talk than anything else. Because at the moment, even if you go and investigate to the PSL administrators, they will tell you that almost all the coaches and their assistants, even the fitness trainers, goalkeeper trainers, they have contracts in order. And even in developed countries, we have seen coaches who have contract being fired.
All right.
And likewise, it happens even to our local coaches.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was thinking, our coaches don't have contracts. And I'm saying, but how? How? It's like you you're working for somebody and you don't have a contract, because you give them the power to fire you anytime. So maybe insist on a contract to say, listen, if this happens, so and so on. Just word of advice, even if in marriage, it's an amicable arrangement, isn't it? Can I start my charter? And I'm no charter. Before, in church or at the magistrate's court or something, so that, it's good. It's not good. And it's blackmail or something. I'm just digressing a bit, me. Right. John Pano, let's look now, currently. Can you, right now, the settlement that you have with Dynamos, you're no longer there, but they're paying you until December. If a team approaches you now, can you go and coach them now? What is the agreement that you have had with Dynamos? If, for instance, if Real Madrid were to sack Carlo Ancelotti and opt for you, would you go to coach Real Madrid now?
Yes, I'm free. I can coach any team right now.
Or you agreed with Dynamos that?
Yes.
Has anybody come to you? You don't have to tell us. He doesn't have to tell us who has come. Maybe us now. Maybe Manchester City. Has anybody approached you at the moment? You don't have to tell us which team, but we just want to know because a lot of your fans would like to know. Those who feel that John Pano was doing a great job at Dimbare. Has anybody approached you?
Yeah, there are offers, but not yet formal, but offers are there.
Okay, you're looking at them.
Yes.
Okay, and John Pano, I know your Dynamos at heart. You've just told the millions of viewers out there of game plan. If for instance, 2024, that's another year. If for instance in January, Dynamos have a change of heart and they say, John Pano would like you to come back, what would you say?
I think it's too early. It's too early. Maybe sometime too early.
Okay, let's say, you wouldn't, maybe you wouldn't.
You never know in football, but at the moment, I have to go and look for another challenge.
Okay.
Yes, I did my part.
But you cannot rule out coming back to Dimbare.
I cannot rule out, but at the moment I need new challenges. Like I said, I spent 8 years at Dynamos, and I went to Swaziland. I came back, I joined Break Rhinos. I came back to Dynamos. So I'm not a one-team coach. I'm not a one-team coach who will always wait for one team. I always go there and find new challenges. That's how you grow as a coach, not waiting for one team.
Okay.
Yes.
John Pano, I just want to take you back to something that you said about the assistants who then took over after you had brought them. You said no hard feelings. You're wishing them the best. Listen, this is, if Kaka, you're watching this show after your win against Ngezi Platinum Mandamburu, if you're watching this show, your former boss does not have anything against you. He's wishing you all the best together with everybody else who got left behind. We just want to know, how was the working relationship when you were the boss there, together with the other assistants?
Yeah, everything was okay. Worked very well. Even when I recruited them, I saw it fit. They were going to work together, but it happened. I left, so that's why I'm saying I wish them well. They need to finish the project I started well, and make sure they finish on a good note. Yes.
And what about the players? The players that you had assembled, and the players, young players like perhaps the find of the season for Dynamos. That's the young bloke they call Kante, after Ngolo Kante, who's now in Saudi Arabia. Tanaka Shandirwa, I think the find of the season. Well, there's Keith Madera as well, but some probably say maybe Donald the Don Mudadi is the find of the season. I listen. It's up to you. It's up to you. You're a Dynamo. You are the Dynamos fan. the players' sentiments, you know, after you then announced to them that you were leaving. How did they take it?
Yeah, they only read it in the newspapers. They read it through social media. So I didn't have time to talk to them, but like I said, I wish them well. We're having a good working relationship. I'm happy with the crop of the players who are at Dynamos. It's maybe there are a lot of youngsters and the senior guys. You can see there's a young boy I took from the juniors, Elton Chikona. He's the one who scored today. He's one for the future. You can look at maybe Makunike. He wasn't playing very regularly.
The nephew of the great Blessing Makunike.
Yeah, he's a very, very good player. And if you can see even the twins, they are good players. Even the likes of Shandir Wamdadi. The team is good.
You still have those boys at heart, don't you, Jompano? You know, he's just, you know, so passionate, still passionate about the boys that he brought to at Dynamos.
Sure. Because most of the guys I worked with them before. Like if you look at Keith Madera, I worked with him in when he was still a junior at Dynamos. He was a Dynamos junior in 2013 before he left for FC Platinum. When I took him to Rhinos, even you can see Donald Mdada, I worked with him at Rhinos, and I worked with him again at Arresit.
Okay, yes, we are talking to Jompano, Herbert Marowa, the former head coach of Dynamo Dimbare. As you can see, still, you know, loves that club, still holds a special place. Those players, young players, still have a special place in his heart. But, you know, like they say, life has to go on. When one door closes, another one opens. Yes, game plan, the doors are open here for all of you at Game Plan. Yes, we are back, we are bigger, we are much better, we are more exciting. We're just going away for another teeny winning bit. When we come back, we'll be continuing the Herbert Marowa story. We'll be right back. Welcome back. It is Game Plan, and I can tell you right now, we are live on YouTube. So if you want to check, yes, you can check us right now on YouTube, and it's ZBC Entertainment. That's ZBC Entertainment. And you can catch us and join everybody else. You can catch us on YouTube. We'll also be giving you, like I said, more addresses for our social media interactive platforms. Yes, we will be going everywhere, right around the world, to talk about Zimbabwe football and to talk about all those great players who are out there, those who are playing, those who thrilled us with their touches. Bambo, iti ndege mdenga, pora pasi ndege mdenga. That's Moses Chunga. So we'll be talking to those great players. Right, we've got Herbert Marowa, Jompano, the former Dynamos head coach. You've heard all his sentiments, and also still holds a special place for Dynamos. And we've also got the chairman of the Zimbabwe Soccer Coaches Association, Coach Bheki Nyoni. Now, we just want to talk about the administrators. I'm going to give them a chance, you know. So I'll start with Coach Bex. You know, what about the administrators? What can you tell us, Coach Bex, just in a nutshell, Zimbabwe club administrators? Your take on that. All the Zimbabwe club administrators.
Yes, all the Zimbabwe club administrators. I think what we have seen mostly is there's no patience. They want success overnight. Coaches are given 1-year contracts, but you cannot build a team overnight. It's a process which needs more time. I think a very good example becomes FC Platinum, where we saw Norman joining them 2014, 2015, 2016. They didn't say we want results today. But from 2017, they won the league, and now we are no longer talking about a team winning the league outside Harare. Because this is what we have been used to say. Most of the league, it's either was won by Harare or a Blue Air team. But FC Platinum has broken that, and they have won games mainly because they has been very patient with their technical team. Likewise, administrators for top teams like Dynamos, we know there is pressure when you are running a top teams. The expectations becomes so high. But also, you should also look around and say, Arsenal has been in a scenario where things has been bad, but at the moment there is hope that one day they can get there, mainly because they have been patient with their technical team. Why not do the same? If you do the same, the fruits will be there for anyone to see. I think this is the message I'm giving to the administrators, to say, even yourself, look at yourself. What are we doing as administrators to help the technical team to get to the promised land? Not a scenario where when results are not coming, when the fans are putting pressure on you, you start saying, let me hit the soft spot. Who is the coach?
The soft spot.
Yes.
So, I hope all you club administrators are watching. Yes, and I know everybody watches this show, even the club administrators as well. And I know the top coaches watch this show. Yes, we are back. I know Jairo Stapera, big fan of this show, Manika Diamonds, and many other coaches. I know Muchina Wema Juicy as well, Norman Mapesa, and Innocent Benza, IB9, the director, and his son Tafazgo Benza is the chairman of Rentals, big fans of this show. Now, club administrators, that's what we're talking about. Oh, and the Highlanders as well. Yes, Baltimore Brito, yes, watches this show. Actually, Joel Lupatla was saying to me the other day, hey, head coach, CNN, what's happening? Wants to find out, where have you gone? Where's the show? We are back. And Dubai, you can tell him we are back, Right, we've heard from the chairman of Ziska, John Pano. What have you got to say about the club administrators in Zimbabwe?
Yeah, like Coach Bheki is saying, I think our leaders must give the coaches a chance to build strong teams. If you look at, like he said, at Platinum, even in case now the fruits are coming, you need to invest in your coaches. Like he's saying, at the end of the day, when the results are not coming, coaches were the soft spot, but as our leaders, they must give the coaches the platform, maybe to time to coach the team. Not no football is, they must not treat football as an occasion. Yeah, it's a process.
It's a process. I want to stay with you, John Pano, on there. As much as the club administrators, we hear you. I'm sure you hear him as well. As much as club administrators, we are asking them to to give coaches more time and so on. What should they do if a coach keeps losing? Say, 34 games in a season, and he loses his first 17. Should they keep patience? Because they might be relegated. What happens there? Or your point is, no, you answer. I'm not going to answer for you. What do they do? What should they do if a coach keeps losing and losing week in, week out, 17 games on the trot? Should they still say, okay, fine, we'll give him time?
Yeah, we are not saying when the coaches are losing, like you're saying 17 games, but I'm saying on my scenario, I'm saying we never lost 2 consecutive games. It's always a draw and a lose, from a lose to a win. So I'm saying coaches must be given a chance, and we need their support. Let's support each other. Let's find out what's going on. Like you look at Simba, the results were not coming. And they kept their coach. Now the results are coming.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Simba Bora, but Stanza, coached by the great Tonde Ryan Diraya Stanza, who is a great fan of this show as well. Stanza, well, tough luck, Stanza. You lost to Makepe Kepe, the Green Machine, by 3-2. But that's football, and I know, Stanza, you'll hang in there. You'll make sure that Chinu Chedu, Simba Bora stay in the top flight. Well, that's just about it. Tempus fugit. I always say time flies, eh? Your number one show is back. It just leaves me to thank the special guest that we had. well, two special guests. The first one, we were talking mainly about him, former Dynamo's head coach, John Pano, which is slang for tough. He was a tough tackling defender when he started his football back in Marowa, in the Marowa rural areas. That's where he got his nickname at school. Thank you so much, Herbert Marowa. Thanks so much. We hope that you'll be able to come back to us and keep tabs on what you are doing.
Thank you. Always available.
Okay, right. Always available. And Coach Bex, thank you so much. As Ziska, we know a little bit more now about your relationship with coaches and a word that you had for the club administrators. Thank you so much. You're part of the team, and we hope to see you back soon.
Thank you very much.
Right. So we know that you are going to be with us as we keep going on and on, because don't miss this show. We'll be back again next week, same time. That's 1800 hours, and we'll be able to give you more addresses of the social media platforms. I did tell you that we are back with Guns Reloaded. We will be looking at everything Zimbabwe football and everything, all the stars dotted right around the world. Do enjoy the rest of your viewing here on ZBC TV from the whole crew, fronted by our producer, Bevan Shinurai and Jacob Buganya. Yes, remember to take care of your loved ones and each other. I'm Charles, CNN Mabika. Until we meet again, it's bye-bye for now.